Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody.
Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandy. I'm here with my sister, Jody.
Hello.
So before I get into our Beautiful Beast segment for the week, I wanted to warn everybody that Jody and I have been sick all week.
Yes.
So if you hear an old man laughing, that is not an old man. That is probably one of us.
Yes. Or coughing.
Coughing, or I'm going to try and edit it so it sounds okay.
Yeah.
But and hopefully we can get through it. So we have a Beautiful Beast segment from Chris this week. Did you forget to spoil your pet on Valentine's Day? No worries. You have time to make it up. National Love Your Pet Day. It's February 20th. Pet lovers everywhere observe National Love Your Pet Day. This holiday focuses on giving extra attention to our pets. The day encourages pampering our pets and focusing on the special relationship pets hold in our lives. Did you know that most households in the United States have at least one pet? While there are more cats than dogs in the United States, more households have dogs than cats, but not by much. Pets are not limited to the canine and feline categories. There are quite a few who prefer the companionship of birds, reptiles, fish, or rats. Whoever your pet companion is, we are sure you will enjoy spending a little extra time with them on National Love Your Pet Day and reap the benefits, as well as such stress relief, and it will lower blood pressure. So on February 20th and every day, show your appreciation to your pets. Here are some safe gifts to show your pet your love on their special day. A new collar, treats, or toys can all be great gifts for your pets on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day can also be a great time to try a new dog or cat treat recipe or make a new toy. If your pet is already swimming in toys or treats, consider giving toys, bedding, food, or a donation to an animal shelter or rescue group in your pet's name. Don't forget that many pets appreciate the gift of time and love more than anything. An extra walk and some extra time cuddling or playing cost nothing and will be greatly appreciated by your cat or dog. The extra exercise and snuggle time is healthy and a happy choice for you as well. Don't forget to share the love. This could be a great time to visit an animal shelter and donate your time and attention to rescued pets. If you're thinking about adding a furry friend to your household, February 20th, National Love Your Pet Day, could be a great time to adopt. It's also a good time to check all your information if your pet is microchipped to make sure your phone number and email are updated and current. So many pets are scanned and have microchips, and the phone number is not updated. Wishing all of your pets a wonderful and loving Love Your Pet Day. Please remember, always be kind to animals and adopt, don't shop.
Speaking of pets, I was scrolling through Facebook today, and one of the posts was this person was, talking about how they lost I don't know what the name was, but how it died unexpectedly. It was fine last night, and when they woke up this morning, it was dead and whatever. And then you scroll, and they had a picture of it.
Oh no!
Dead.
What the fuck?
I'm like, what the hell? Was that necessary?
No.
I mean, there was no blood or any, but you could tell it was dead. It's like, oh my gosh.
People are fucked up.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, nobody wants to see a dead animal. That's terrible. Oh my gosh.
Guinea pig.
Oh. Well, still,
but I was like, at first I couldn't even tell what it was. I was like, what the hell is that? And I was like, ew.
Oh gosh, yeah, people are nuts. Okay, so I have a stupid joke. Why do cats like online shopping?
First of all, they don't.
No. Why don't they? Sorry, I messed up. Why don't cats like online shopping?
Because they're cats.
It's a stupid joke.
Okay, I don't know.
They prefer catalogs.
Oh my god. So stupid.
Yeah, that's the point.
I think I say that every week.
You do.
That's so stupid.
I'm doing my job. Okay, so I have a few facts to start. And again, I could have read these all before. I'm not sure. But I don't think I did, so. There is a brain-eating amoeba, something that I can't pronounce, that lives in freshwater bodies. It can kill a human in 7 days. The death rate is 98%, and there is no effective treatment against it.
Ugh.
Scary.
That's why you don't go into bodies of water.
That's right.
Unless it's a swimming pool that's got chemicals and stuff.
Yes. Moving on. In 1994, a man staring through the windows of old people's houses, black-cloaked as Grim Reaper with a scythe, was arrested by the Los Angeles police for his act.
That is so bad, but that is so hilarious.
I know. He is going to hell.
Oh my gosh. It's funny.
That's so mean.
It's funny.
Okay. A Missouri couple sued the seller of a house from whom they had bought it when they discovered that brown recluse spiders were, quote, bleeding out of the walls.
Yeah.
It was estimated by an expert that around 4,000 to 5,000 spiders had infested the house.
Oh my god.
I would die.
I would die too. How did you not notice them when you did a walkthrough?
I mean, if you saw a couple or something, you'd probably be like, meh, whatever.
Yeah, but if they were bleeding through the walls,
Maybe
that seems very excessive.
I mean, they couldn't have seen it before they moved in. They wouldn't have bought it, right?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Anyway, next one. After watching a documentary on a serial killer who tortured and killed women in the basement, a woman realized she was actually living in the same apartment.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
That's horrible.
I know. Cockroaches raised in space are quicker, stronger, faster, and tougher than their counterparts on Earth.
Oh, that's great.
I know. Who's raising cockroaches in space?
They need to let them out there.
Stop it.
Just let them go.
Flew it away.
Better not be bringing them back here.
Seriously, ew. Okay, there's a disease nicknamed Odine's Curse, which causes sufferers to die if they fall asleep.
What?
I know.
That's horrible.
I know. That's the worst. Sleeping's the best.
Well, you have to sleep. You would die if you don't sleep.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. By the time they are 70, 2 out of 3 Australians will be diagnosed with skin cancer.
Oh.
2 out of 3.
Wow.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
Next one. As revealed in 1975 in a congressional testimony, a type of gun was created by the CIA, which, when shot darts, resulted in a heart attack. On penetrating the skin, the dart left just a tiny red dot. The poison worked rapidly and denatured quickly afterwards, so that it was impossible to believe that the cause of death was anything but unnatural.
Huh?
So the CIA, in a congressional testimony in 1975, so they had this thing about it, created a gun that would shoot a dart and leave a tiny red spot with poison in it. And the lasting effects was a heart attack. It was nothing but an unnatural cause. They kill someone and never get caught.
Wow.
Isn't that scary?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit exists.
Great.
Yeah, right. Okay, in the South African nation of Lesotho, I'm guessing, there's an airstrip where the pilot rolls the airplane off a cliff and drops until there is enough airspeed to fly.
Fuck that.
Very few pilots are trained enough to handle the airplanes in such scary conditions. Could you imagine? Be like, so folks, we're taking off. Hold on.
This is your roller coaster / airplane ride.
Captain speaking. Oh my gosh. Okay. The tarantula hawk wasp's sting is so unbearable that people are advised to, quote, lie down and start screaming to prevent further injury if they've been stung by it.
Jesus.
That is horrible.
Oh, could you imagine something that painful?
Oh, no.
Ugh.
No. Next one. A British forest guard in India made an alarming discovery in the year 1942. He found out that at the bottom of a small valley around 16,000 feet above sea level was a frozen lake which was full of skeletons.
Yeah,
I know. Next one.
that's all I had to say about that one. Were you expecting more?
I don't know. Okay. Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate birthdays because the only 2 accounts of birthday parties in the Bible ended in murder.
Oh my God. The Bible is not real. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Next one. In 2006, a woman farted on a plane and tried to cover the smell up by lighting matches, causing an emergency landing. There is a toilet-themed restaurant in Taiwan where food is served in miniature toilets.
Oh,
Ew!
come on, people.
Seriously. The world's oldest known creature, a mollusk, was 507 years old until scientists killed it by mistake.
Leave it to the humans.
Seriously. What the fuck? Oh, this is great, and you can see pictures online. In 2013, a man bought a house next to his ex-wife just to install a giant middle finger statue for her to see every day. It's hilarious. It's this huge house. He's got like this giant patio with this huge sculpture of a hand. Just middle finger up. It's hilarious.
That's great.
Okay. This one makes me want to throw up. In 2011, a woman bought a non-visible piece of art for $10,000.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you heard that right. Throw up.
Non-visible.
Non-visible piece of art.
So
It was invisible.
Nothing.
Oh
My God.
She said, "Here, take my money." They said, "Here you go." Nothing. It's nothing. You think she had people professionally hang it?
I just... You better just move. My brain is breaking.
Okay,
Just go.
moving on. This one's so sad. In 2013, a girl survived Asiana's, I think that's what it is, plane crash, only to be run over and killed by a responding fire truck.
Aww. That sucks.
Yeah. This one also makes me want to throw up. In 2011, a man killed his wife inside the Walmart she was working at. Rather than close the store, they chose to rope off the gore-splattered area while police investigated.
What?
They didn't close the store.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, it says it on this paper, and I got it from the internet, so it has to be true.
Okay. That doesn't seem right.
Oh, no. I mean, it cannot get any more wrong than that. Anyway, in 2006, the FBI planted an informant pretending to be a radical Muslim in a mosque. The Muslims in the mosque reported him to the FBI. Alexander the Great, Napoleon, Mussolini, and Hitler all suffered from ailurophobia, the fear of cats. Which, remember, Napoleon was afraid of bunnies, too.
That says a lot about them people.
Yeah. In Texas, it is legal to kill Bigfoot if you ever find it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. How rude.
What Bigfoot ever do to you?
Yeah. That's the title of this episode. Yeah.
A man was jailed and fined $1,500 in Oregon for collecting rainwater because it is considered property of the state.
Oh my God.
Go fuck
What?
yourselves, Oregon. That is stupid. It's not property of anybody, you
No.
fucktard.
It comes from the sky.
Exactly. It's God's rain.
It's my rain now.
He gave it to us. Okay. In 2005, a Chinese company used skin harvested from the corpses of executed convicts to develop beauty products for sale in Europe.
Ew.
Ew.
Gross. Probably had diseases and all kinds of stuff.
Probably.
Ugh.
Ugh. People like rubbing it on their face.
It's so beautiful.
Dead killer. Oh, God.
This one's called George. This is Fred.
This is a little bit of George and Fred.
That goes under my eyes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, moving on. Construction workers in Brazil cemented a car in pavement after the driver refused to move it.
Oh, well,
Haha.
guess that's what you get, motherfucker.
You can also see pictures of that online.
Oh.
It's funny. The night before his execution, a man in Georgia escaped from a prison and later that night was beaten to death in a bar fight.
Oh, well,
It was your time to go.
you were not escaping.
This one's great. In 2012, a couple invited Queen Elizabeth II to their wedding as a joke, and she turned up.
That's cool.
Could you imagine being like, oh my fucking God,
That'd be great.
is this fancy enough? The Queen's here. That's so great, though. Like, God bless her.
She's probably like, I wonder what they're going to do.
I know. She was probably so excited. That's great. I love it. There's a species of fish called slippery dick.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Even though the Hindenburg was inflated with 7 million cubic feet of highly flammable hydrogen gas, it had a smoking room.
Oh
my
that's
gosh.
Smart.
Damn humans? What
People
the
are
fuck?
so stupid. Oh my gosh.
Everything had a smoking room. Yeah, nobody cared. They wanted their cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay. The Golden State Fence Company, hired to build part of the U.S.-Mexico border wall, was fined $5 million for hiring illegal immigrant workers. God. Oops.
What's that?
That's a report from work
Oh.
that somebody did not get. Oops. And my last one. Global warming solved a land dispute between India and Bangladesh. The island in dispute disappeared
Okay.
because of global warming.
Oh. Well. Some things just take care of themselves.
Exactly. Those were my facts for the week.
All right. I did Ghosts of Illinois.
All right, that's close. Any hotels?
Um,
It's got to be at Chicago, right?
let's see.
Well, just read them. It's fun. Sorry.
Yeah, there's some. Okay. Acid Bridge in Collinsville. Acid Bridge in Collinsville is said to be one of the most haunted places in Illinois, and Lebanon Road certainly does seem like a rather terrifying stretch of road. One of the most unique features of the road is that it has 7 railway bridges passing over it, which are locally referred to as the 7 Gates of Hell. There is an urban legend that circulates in the local area stating that if someone passes underneath all 7 bridges at midnight, they will pass into a portal leading to hell itself.
Oh.
Each of the 7 bridges is also supposed to be guarded by hellhounds. One of the scariest of the bridges is the one known as Acid Bridge. The legend is that some teenagers were high on acid when they lost control of their car and flipped over the edge of the bridge into the shallow creek below, where they all died instantly. People say that they feel particularly uneasy on this bridge and have strange feelings while there. There are also cold spots and weird, unexplained noises, although, to be fair, none of the 7 bridges looks particularly welcoming. How did they know they were on acid?
I was going to say, I wonder if that was a cautionary tale.
I would say so. Robinson Woods in Chicago. Let's be honest, forests have a tendency to be quite creepy anyway, especially after dark. So imagine just how spooky a bona fide haunted forest must be.
Oh, God.
Robinson Woods is said to be one of the most haunted places in Illinois. Rumor has it that the land is actually cursed. The land was acquired by a Mr. Robinson following a treaty with 3 local Native American tribes. At first, Robinson seemed to have some decent luck on his side, but it wasn't long before his luck seemed to run out, leaving him plagued by misfortune. His home was destroyed by fire, which ended his family's claim to the property, meaning that it reverted to being Park District property. That's when things got weird. 3 people were strangled and left lying naked in a ditch on the property. The crime remained unsolved until 1994. Around the same time, visitors to the area began to report various strange occurrences, including weird lights, sounds, and smells. Reports were made from runners, kids playing out in the woods, and even police who had been called in to investigate. There are often reports of tom-tom drums being played, which fits with the property since there are Indian burial mounds in the woods. There have also been reports of a sound that resembles sawing wood.
It's crazy.
Congress Plaza Hotel in Chicago. The Congress Plaza Hotel was built back in 1893 and has been dubbed the landmark of hospitality in Chicago. It also holds the honor of being one of the most haunted places in Illinois. It has a long history with the paranormal and is said to be home to a classic poltergeist-style haunting. For almost as long as the hotel has been open, guests and staff alike have reported strange noises coming from the hotel ballroom when it is empty. The many hallways are also commonly the site of unexplained activity. Appliances all over the hotel are said to turn on and off on their own, and guests have claimed to see an apparition of the hotel's former owner, Mr. Al Capone. However, although arguably the most famous ghost to inhabit the hotel, Al Capone is not the one who most of the sightings relate to. In fact, a much more common report is from a guest who sees a ghostly gloved hand sticking out of the wall.
Oh my God.
It has been dubbed the Hand of Mystery.
Ew,
The story goes that a construction worker somehow managed to get trapped behind some drywall when the property was built and ended up walled in. The hand is all that he has been able to free from his final resting place, and he is doomed to wait for all eternity in an attempt to get some help.
Oh my God.
Another commonly spotted ghost is one known as Pegleg Johnny. He is said to be the spirit of a hobo who was murdered in the building several years ago. Who uses the word hobo anymore?
Nobody uses hobo. It's a very old term.
Yeah.
Doesn't it mean homeward bound?
I have no idea.
Oh. I thought it was short for homeward bound.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either, but yeah, nobody uses hobo.
Showman's Rest in Chicago. Showman's Rest is an interesting spot within Woodlawn Cemetery in Illinois. In 1918, there was a horrific train wreck involving a circus train. A conductor on another train apparently fell asleep, causing his train to plow into the circus train, killing somewhere between 60 and 110 circus employees and some of the circus animals. The victims are buried in a mass grave in this corner of the cemetery, which has come to be known as Showman's Rest. Since many of the circus performers' names were not known, the markers say things like Baldy,
Oh my God.
unidentified male, or four-horse driver. These days, Showman's Rest is still used as a burial ground for the circus folk and showmen. It is also said to be one of the most haunted places in Illinois. There have been many reports of paranormal activity here, but one of the most common is the sound of phantom elephants being heard in the dead of night.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy.
Yeah. Hotel Baker in St. Charles. Hotel Baker is a charming hotel that has been in business since approximately 1926. The hotel is on the National Register of Historic Places and is also considered to be one of the most haunted places in Illinois. Colonel Baker built the hotel on the site of an old mill, and it was constructed with a working hydroelectric facility, a radio station, a rose garden, and a parking garage, since the colonel had a dream of creating a luxurious hotel where guests could escape for some serious relaxation. Today, the hotel has much of the same ethos. Is that the word? Ethos?
I don't know.
And many of the original pieces of furniture are still in place. The furnishings are not the only things that have hung around. There are also plenty of ghosts as well. The hauntings at Hotel Baker can perhaps be attributed to the fact that former chambermaid committed suicide while working at the hotel by drowning herself in the nearby Fox River after being jilted at the altar. Her quarters would have originally been on the 6th floor, although that part of the hotel has now been converted into the penthouse suite. However, those who have stayed in the penthouse are reported hearing disembodied voices within the suite and have even felt some unseen force tugging on the bedding.
Oh, no.
And the last one is Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Chicago. Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Chicago is a small abandoned burial ground which has a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in Illinois. It is certainly not a place for the faint of heart. There are several different ghost stories that are linked to the desecrated cemetery, which is often said to be one of the most haunted cemeteries in the United States. The headstones at Bachelor's Grove Cemetery date back as far as the early part of the 17th century, although it was not officially consecrated as a burial ground until 1844. There are persistent reports that satanic rituals are conducted in the abandoned cemetery even to this day, which of course just serves to add more fuel to the creepy stories that are linked to the place. Orbs are a common occurrence not only in photographs and videos but also seen with the naked eye. People also describe seeing red streaks of light flitting between the headstones with no explanation as to what it could be. There are also several spirits known to haunt the cemetery, but the two most well-known would be the White Lady and a young boy. The young boy has been heard crying out about a lost silver coin. Interestingly enough, in 2006, an investigation was conducted, and a well-known psychic is said to have gone into a trance-like state and walked into a knee-deep muddy pond where he bent down and instantly retrieved a 1942 Walking Liberty $50 from the bottom of the pond.
What?
Since then, it seems that the little boy ghost has not made any more appearances. Perhaps he just wanted to find his coin all along. The White Lady has actually been dubbed the Madonna of the Bachelor's Grove. She appears on top of one of the tombstones and looks out towards the thick woods close to the cemetery. However, by far the strangest ghost stories that have been linked to the Bachelor's Grove Cemetery is the tale of the ghost house. A large manor is said to appear from time to time and has even shown up in some photographs. However, whenever you get close to the house, it vanishes into thin air.
Ooh, weird.
Yep. And that's all I got on that.
All right. This week I did just the most memorable experience people have had with strangers. So the first one, I hooked up with a guy in college and fell asleep in his dorm room. I woke up in the middle of the night and needed to go pee so badly, but I was unable to find any of my clothes right away. I ended up spending so long trying to find them in the dark that by the time I had enough to wear out in the hall, I didn't think I'd make it. He was still sleeping, so I grabbed a big reusable water bottle and squatted over it. It was a blissful relief until I looked over and saw his roommate staring at me in horror.
Ew.
That would be embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, I got on an elevator with a woman, and she had these really nice boots on, so I complimented them by saying, "Nice boots." She cupped her breasts and said, "Well, you're not shy, thank you, they're real." Then I immediately realized she thought I said nice boobs. Longest elevator ride ever.
Oh my gosh. What do you say after that? Like, oh no.
Like nothing.
I'm sorry, I said boots.
Then she would be so embarrassed.
I know.
Yeah, you just have to run.
Yeah.
Next one time I was in a sporting goods store at the mall. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a shirt with a really cool design and fabric. I started feeling the fabric to see how warm it would be, when all of a sudden I heard, "Dude, what are you doing?" I looked up and it wasn't a mannequin. It was a man. My eyes grew wide and I fled. I left the mall even.
Oh my gosh, I would too. I would die.
Oh, that's funny. There was a guy who came in with his kids and had a big bushy beard. He came up to the cash register and asked me where to find an item. I was a little over-enthusiastic, I suppose, because I stuck my finger straight ahead to point him in the right direction, and they went straight into his beard. I felt like I had assaulted him, but luckily we laughed it off. Next one, the first time I went to get a pedicure, I went with my mother-in-law. She's a very loud woman who often doesn't understand what she's saying. She kept screaming at the pedicurist, "Be gentle with her. She's a toe virgin. She's a toe virgin. Don't pound her." God help me, I will never go back.
Oh my gosh.
Next one, I worked at a hotel front desk. An old, maybe 75-year-old lady called to the front desk and wanted a pillow delivered to her room. When I got there with the pillow, she wanted me to come inside. I'm like, no, here's your pillow. But she insisted, so I did. I got inside and she shut the door. She told me to put the pillow on the bed, and I went to a drawer in the dresser. At this time, I was like, I need to return to the front desk, thinking the worst. She proceeded to pull out a box of Band-Aids and wanted me to put them on open sores on her feet.
Ew.
I noped out of there as fast as I could and left before she came for morning breakfast.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Why would you think that'd be okay?
I know.
Can you put these Band-Aids on my nasty, gross feet? No.
No. Gosh. Next one. One time I was driving around town with my friend when I noticed an older car was following me. I made several left turns, then that eventually made us go in a big circle, to which he followed. At this point I was getting nervous, so I pulled into a convenience store and turned around. He did the same thing. After this, I decided I'd pull into the closest business and go inside. I pulled into a shop where I knew the owner and walked in with my friend. The stranger followed us in, looked around a bit, then said, "My soul is saved, is yours?" At that point, my friend, the owner, and I were all speechless. The stranger then stared at us, calmly walked back to his car, and drove away. I've never been so confused in my life.
Weirdo.
Yeah. Super weird.
He probably did that on purpose. He was probably like bored. He's like, I'm going to start following this car, see what happens. And then they got out. He's like, I'm going to take this to the next level.
That actually reminds me of one of the stories coming up.
Oh.
This one is hilarious. My dad loves buying clothes for me, but he's bad at guessing my size. He'll find a complete stranger that he thinks looks like me and have them try stuff on. He'll then take their picture and send it to me. It's super weird, and I can't get him to realize how creepy it is. My favorite pics he sent me is a 5-year-old wearing a hat, we had the same color hair, and a scared-looking older woman wearing a coat, we were the same height. You're like, Dad, don't make people dress up for me.
Oh my gosh.
Next one, I worked security at an aquatic theme park and was watching Jeopardy in the employee entrance. One of the veterinarians came through and watched it with me for a bit. He said he watched it religiously and was hoping to get selected as a contestant. He'd heard that they like to have a diverse group of contestants, and they hadn't had a black guy for a while, so he liked his chances. A few days later, there were 2 black contestants on the show, so when I saw him next time, I asked, "Hey, did you catch Jeopardy last week?" "No, why?" he responded. "There were 2 black guys on it," I explained. He just stared at me blankly for a few seconds and then walked off. That's when I realized I was talking to a completely different gentleman. That's embarrassing. He's probably like, what the actual fuck are you talking about? Next one, I was standing behind... Oh my god, this is hilarious. I don't even know how I can say it. Oh my god, okay. I was standing behind this guy waiting for an elevator in a hotel. We were down in the lobby, and it was busy with lots of people coming and going, so he obviously hadn't noticed me. Once the elevator doors opened, he got in, but he still didn't see me walk past him on the other side. as soon as the doors closed. While obviously under some impression that he was alone, he let out this heinous flatulence that went on for about 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
Midway through, out of the corner of his eye, he spotted me just standing behind him. This poor guy almost jumped out of his skin. He was staring at me as if he'd just seen a ghost. I was staring at him with what I can only assume was a fairly horrified expression.
Oh my gosh, he thought he was totally alone. That's funny.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I would be able to not laugh.
I would probably bust out laughing.
I would be like, holy shit, dude. I don't know. You never know what you're going to do.
Know. Yeah. But.
Okay, my last two are, they're not as funny. I lived in Ecuador for a few years in high school, and my friend from Illinois came to visit. We took him to various tourist sites, which included a number of small towns known for woodworking and handcrafted items. In one town, they had a market that sold baby chickens. My friend thought it was funny and bought one. He carried it around for a while, named it, and said it was his pet. When it came time to leave, he handed it to a beggar lady. Like a woman who begs? Anyway, as we were getting in the car, we closed the door and drove to the next town. The road between the two towns was the only road, and my dad drives like a bat out of hell. We pulled up to the next town, and immediately the same beggar woman is asking for more. We couldn't believe it was the same woman till she smiled at us and had the chick in her hand. We all freaked out. There was no way she could have physically gotten from one town to the next faster than us, and yet somehow she did.
That's creepy.
That is creepy. She even had the chicken.
Unless it wasn't really a beggar woman and she had her own car. She's like, I'm gonna mess with them.
I don't know. That's creepy, though.
I don't think that would happen, but it's creepy.
And my last one, I was working at a grocery store one day, and this woman came up to my register. Up until this point, she had been completely silent, but I noticed she had been staring at me the entire time I was bagging her stuff. Finally, she looks me dead in the eye and says, "You're going on a trip soon. Don't go." Then just took her stuff and walked out. I was stunned. Later, I was offered to... Oh. Okay, so it says, I was offered to go on a band trip and refused. But the space between go and on is not there. So it says I was offered to goon on a band trip. And I was very confused.
Okay.
Later, I was offered to go on a band trip and refused. Nothing happened to the people who went, but it still freaked me out. That was that story. Sorry, the goon threw me off.
All right, I did. Oh, it's time for the witty wrap up.
Yay, we wrap up.
I did more F My Lifes.
All right.
Today I had to do some really hard maths. I had an idea to crack it, then went looking for a rubber to rub out my other equations. When I came back, I forgot the idea.
Okay, what?
Okay, so the only reason I know this is because of another one in here somewhere, but a rubber is an eraser.
Oh, why don't they call it a fucking eraser?
Because it's from England,
it's
British or something.
Okay, my apologies.
Okay.
I thought we were using condoms.
Well, that's okay. Today I stayed home while my husband took my mom to a doctor's appointment. I'm in my room reading Facebook and my dad started to yell. I thought he was hurt, so I ran into the living room and he was masturbating.
Oh, yeah. Fuck my life. God, no. Okay, why? Just go on.
Today I realized that I spent at least $700 on my roommate and friends with benefits. And friend with benefits. These are not typed out well.
That sucks, though.
Yeah. I told him he needs to start paying me back. He decided to tell me that he found someone else a couple months back and was just waiting for an excuse to leave.
Oh, my God.
Dick.
I'll punch him in the face.
Today, in the middle of a lecture, I coughed so hard that I farted loudly. Nobody recognized the sound, but the smell exposed me.
Oh, no.
Today, I was tying my hair up when my dad rubbed my stomach and asked how his grandchild was doing. He knows I'm not pregnant and that I've been trying really hard to lose weight.
Oh, what an asshole.
Okay, first of all, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Dads, don't rub your daughter's belly if they're not pregnant. That's gross.
Yes.
Today, my little sister cut my hair super short without me knowing or seeing how much she cut it, and when I showed Mom, she beat me because I let my sister cut my hair.
Oh, well, that's not cool.
Today, my husband, with genuine concern, asked if I would be able to breastfeed our kids when it was born since my boobs are so small. Fuck off!
Who said that?
Her husband.
Oh, my God. What an asshole.
Today, I need money to fix my car, I need my car to get to work, and I need work to get money.
Oh, yeah, that's like everybody's life freaking story.
Okay, so this is the one I was talking about. Today, while in class, our exchange student turned to quietly ask, "Have you got a rubber?" Shocked, but trying to be nice, I reached in my purse and discreetly handed her a condom. She looked horrified and moved seats. It was later explained to me that in Europe, a rubber is actually an eraser.
Oh, you should have read that one first.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, though, because that's exactly what I would have thought. Like, oh my God, why do you need that in class?
Oh my gosh. Today, my teacher yelled at me for using my phone in class. I apologized out loud, knowing that it would help me get off easier. She was yelling at somebody else. Oops. Today, while getting freaky with my husband, I decided to try some moves from a porno I saw. He recognized them and made fun of me.
Oh my God. Oh, that sucks.
Be like, well, see if you get that again.
That's such a husband thing to do, though.
I know.
Like, fuck you.
Today, my daughter asked me what is the youngest age at which you should start having sex. Being a good mom, I said that she shouldn't have sex until after she's been married. My daughter then said, "Oh, shoot," and walked away. My daughter is 12.
Oh, no, honey.
No. Today I was shopping for socks and I went to look in the men's section. Dad said, "You don't want those. They're for men." I asked what the difference was. He looked around and then leaned in and whispered, "Men have a penis." Today I was at a sleepover for a friend's birthday. It was great, but after sleeping on their pull-out couch, I woke up with 6 pimples on my face and a rash on my back.
Oh,
So gross. What the hell was on it?
Oh, I don't even want to know. Ew. God.
Today, my tampon string was hanging from my bathing suit. My boyfriend thought it was a thread hanging from my bikini bottom. He publicly pulled out my tampon.
Oh my God. No.
That is horrible. Today, while I finished my business with my girlfriend, she asked if I used Viagra. I replied, "No, I never use Viagra." She responded with, "You should." And that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening and putting up with our sickness. I hope we didn't sound too bad. Send in your stories. We still need them. WillsNightOutPodcast@gmail.com. Next week is our documentary episode, or, and we are going to do, what was it called?
Wrinkles?
Oh,
The Clown? Was that what it was called?
Wrinkles the Clown.
Wrinkles the Clown?
I believe it's Wrinkles the Clown on Hulu. So look it up and we will be discussing that next week. You can look us up on Facebook. You can recommend us on Facebook. Please rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen. And we'll talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.